Why isn't Helen Keller a good driver? Because she's dead. We're back on the road to 40 tonight. I think I feel a little bit more positive. Although the subject matter I wish to discuss this evening, I hope I haven't talked about this before because I'll feel really weird repeating this story. But it goes back to about 96, 97. I met Brian McArdle. I think I may have told you the story. If I've told it before, I'm going to tell a little bit more briefly today. But on Facebook, I had posted something shortly after when he died, just because it was such a shock. He was the first person outside of my family that was close that died. Like, we weren't super close. Like, I mean, we didn't get along very much at all towards the end. Like, to be completely honest, like, we were two different people and we knew it. And the funny thing is we were both, like, with our significant others, we both had kids, like, around the same age, but we were just two different people. But he was 42 when he died. 42. That's terrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Because he led a pretty bad lifestyle. I mean, I didn't know him the last few years that he was around, but I did know, like, I mean, we played in a band for like 7-8 years together. He was just a different type of cat. He was always down and mopey. But that was my point about the story tonight. I didn't want to be completely down and mopey about things, but I just wanted to kind of like, I don't know. I wanted to tell you a little bit more about him, and I found out recently, I think I may have told you this, I think I had started these when I found out this news, that his wife passed away too, May. That was pretty messed up. So this poor 16-year-old girl now has, no parents. Like, I mean, I guess she'll be on her own in a few years, but still, that's going to be tough to, get over, and yikes. He was born August 10th, he died August 10th of 2010, and he was born August 27th of 1968. Wow. So if he was 42 in 2010, that's 4 years from there, so he'd be about 46 now. Well, 46 this year. The reason why I'm a little creeped out, bugging out a little bit here, is because we've been feeding these two stray cats. We call them Stella and Luna. Stella is this big puffball who's got a little bit of a bitchy attitude in her. And Luna is a male cat who, he's still a little jumpy around me, but Carol can pet in between his toes or his belly. Like, he actually rolls over and wants to be pet. Well, last night, I think I told you guys, there was a fox that came up from out of the woods. I could see it there, and I thought it was a cat. And I was outside at the time. We were petting the cats, and I'm like, that's a third cat? No, no, that is big. And it was a pretty big red fox. Or gray fox, or whatever they are. They're red one time of the year, gray the rest. And he came back again today. Like, I threw a big, I wasn't trying to hit him, but a helium tank at him just to try to get him away from the cats. I didn't want him to attack and eat the cats. Lo and behold, I think he just wanted the cat food. And the cats and this fox don't seem bothered by each other, because the cats didn't take off when he was coming up the hill like last night. It was really kind of interesting. And it makes me think about that whole wildlife. I think I've talked about it before. I have a story I'm writing about squirrels and chipmunks and an owl. But I wonder how they interact when no one is around to see them. Like, I'm sure nothing changes. Like, I'm sure the way they act around each other is probably the same. But, I mean, can they all communicate? Can all beings of the woods communicate? I mean, probably not. It's probably like different languages, I would guess. I don't know. Or maybe it's like variations, like Latin and Spanish, and, where it all, yeah. And then we have the damn raccoon coming up and eating the food too. I like it though. I really like it. Like, I know it's not good to have wild animals around, but I hear other stories about people that, like, they just feed whatever's out there, and it's nice to just kind of get to know them and get them to knowing you. They lived here first, probably, before the house was built many generations back, but, that's why I think I have a very fond not relationship, but attachment to nature and wild creatures and stuff like that. I don't know. I do feel a bond to a certain degree. I've always had a love for animals. I remember when I was little, Carol would laugh at this probably. Oh, you can really see how dirty that curtain is when I do the light that way. Won't be doing that anymore. Paper. I banged the stupid camera earlier and got it all off kilter, but I'll fix it for the next video. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but when I was younger, that was the first thing I ever wanted to be. Even before I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And then growing up, I just learned about being a veterinarian. It didn't seem so appealing anymore, like squeezing dogs' anal glands and stuff like that. But I still had a love for animals. I don't think I could be a good vet because it grosses me out. But in general, I love animals. Like, I don't want to go in their bums and clean them or anything like that, but I do want to. Something's outside. My dog's barking again. It's probably the fox. Something. Oh no, Stella and Luna were out there a little while ago. They're really good cats. They're awesome. Like, if we didn't have Toby, I'd try to get them to be our cats and bring them inside because they're pretty sweet. They got personality, which I like in animals sometimes. Like, some animals you have personality. Some are just annoying as shit. And I hate to say that because I love for all animals. Like, as annoying as it is, I still love it as an animal. I want to take care of it. But it just pisses you off more. Yeah. So I guess that's where I kind of split on the whole animal debate thing. I still feel bad eating them. I do. But they're delicious and I have no willpower. Doesn't get much more honest than that, folks. Actually, Carol grilled some clearance steak I found. I'm trying a New York strip steak. I've never I think it's New York strip. It's always right near the it's a similar cut, I think. What the hell's the other one that I always get? Come on, help me out here. I wish he could talk back. Oh, this week, I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm supposed to have the band over one night. I can't do anything Friday because that's the 4th of July and we're going somewhere. I'm supposed to work with Zana. I was supposed to do that last night, but I was so tired last night. I apologize again for that video. It was horrible. And I canceled last night because I was just exhausted. And so it was a short video last night. And then I've also got Chris, I want him to come over hopefully some night this week. I've got 2 nights open now, Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I can start earlier because I don't have to put the boys down, like around 8. Thursday, I wouldn't be able to start till 9. And I just don't know how to cram it all in. Maybe I should just get the password and login information from Zana. Do that myself. Thanks for your advice. That was really handy. And let's roll the traditional D20 tonight and see what we got. Oh, a 14. Not too bad. So I'm going to start rating the shows. My D20 grading system. Oh, God, no. So I'm thinking about checking out this Numenera. You guys heard about that? Pete, you've heard about it. You introduced me to it. It's a whole new system where the Dungeon Master doesn't roll at all. Yeah, just the players. They give a difficulty rating and they have to roll against it. Defense, attack, doesn't matter. Difficulty versus roll. Nothing to add. Actually, that's not true. No, I'm not going to get into the rules of it on here because we were going to talk about Brian McArdle tonight, and it just started bringing me down. But yeah, that was shocking when that happened to me. When when my friend died on me. Like, I remember getting that. Actually, it was funny. I can't remember if Rich or Mario told me first. I think it was Rich, oddly enough. I think he got me on Facebook. And I remember being like, holy shit. Like, he's dead. Like, he's not even 45. Like, I remember thinking how young he was, and like we still live down here. It happened, 6 years after we'd lived here, but so needless to say, I hadn't talked or heard from him in 6 years. But before that, I'd seen him a few times. He'd come out to some of our shows. He'd send me an email every now and again. Actually, we got along a lot better after he was out of the band than when he was in it. And it's too bad because he was an amazingly talented individual. Great guitar player, better bass player in my opinion. I think when you grow up wanting to play an instrument and focusing on that instrument for so long, you have your idols and you have your ways that you've kind of set yourself into. And I've seen this happen a lot. Bob Melanson, I think, is another great example, although he's an amazing guitarist too, but he's just a better bass player, I think. And it's somebody who plays an instrument for so long but knows how to play another instrument pretty well. And like, I think you throw away all the things that you do on that instrument that you've been playing on to learn new things to do on this new instrument. Obviously falling back on like a stringed instrument like a bass and a guitar are similar, so. But I think it's just a whole new world, and I think you play guitar for, I don't know, 20, 30 years at that time. I don't know how long. He was playing since he was little. And then, when he picked up the bass, like, he sold a guitar and an amp so that he could go get a bass and a bass amp. We hadn't even tried him out yet. I think I've told you this before, but yeah. I just told him we might be looking for a bass player. That's about it. And he's like, well, I'll play bass. Like, he was just all about it. He wanted to get into a band, and we were glad he did, because, like, he was a weird dude, but he could play, man. He could play bass really well and write bass really well. If you can do both of those, I think our bass player in our band now does that really well too. Writes, and well, he's initially a guitar player too. I think guitar songwriters that churn over to bass are the best bass players I've ever heard. All right, I said it there. Blam. Yeah, but sad. It's sad when people in your life die, obviously, but it's such a different thing. It's a different emotion that, like, I don't even think I actually cried. Like, I was, it was upsetting though, I think maybe it was one of those silent cries, not the sobbing with your head in the pillow type cry. I think it was just like, wow, it sucks. He's gone. He's too young to be gone, and now his wife is gone. And their kid has no parents. 16-year-old girl has no parents. She's staying with somebody, I guess, apparently. There's a custody battle between the grandparents and somebody from the other side of the family. I can't remember what it was, but that sucks. My heart goes out to her, definitely. I feel terrible for that. I mean, because he had Brianne about the same time I had Gwen. It was very close. Gary's daughter and my daughter. The funny thing is, we were in a band. We had it was the same birthday for our daughters, March 12th. Not the same year, but I always saw that as a sign. Like I was just like, that's a sign. If we're ever on tour, like, we'd have our families with us or whatever. We could do huge parties and stuff. I don't know. That was the way of the thinking. And that tail end of like glam. I guess for me, like, because back then it was escalated. It was put up on a billboard right in front of your face, and like, you either went one way, in my schools at least. I'm not talking about all the jocks and nerds. You're either a metalhead or a glam, guy. You're either metal or glam. There were very few in-betweeners, but most of them were, I was very glam. I loved glam, like Poison and Guns N' Roses, and, but I really wouldn't consider them glam either. Like, their beginnings, their roots, I would say, yeah. But after that, it went a whole weird other direction. Tomorrow, I believe, is the release day of the Guns N' Roses live at Las Vegas. That they did a stretch there in Las Vegas where they played, and so I really want to watch it. It's in 3D, so I'm really excited. I've got a 3D TV. I'm gonna watch it in 3D, and I'm sure I'm gonna be so upset afterwards when it's done. Anywho, here's to Brian McArdle and all you lunch meat circusers, and all you gray shiners, and all you significant others, and you Hewlett Millers. It's a pleasure to have played with so many awesome people in my life, and like I know I'll continue to play with great people. I really do. I always like playing with people that are better than me. They challenge me. They make me want to be a better person than I was the day before. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. Thank you guys for coming by. If you're loving these like I'm loving them, then please subscribe. Or if you know anybody who might be interested in watching me do this thing I do so well, I'd like to say. But hey, I don't know. See, just freestyled. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Make yourself a better person than you were today. And let's make the world spin a little happier together. Can we agree on that? I think we can all agree on that. There shouldn't be anybody in the world that doesn't agree on that. If they do, they're dumb and they don't belong here. Go away. No, everybody belongs here. I mean, we're not all going to agree. But we can all agree to get along. You know what I mean? And it all starts with the man in the mirror, Michael Jackson. Oh, no. I'm being informed it's you. I do feel that way. I feel everyone that, wants to make the world better needs to do something. They need to do their part. No matter how small or how big it is. I'd like to start doing more to help the world be better in 100 years from now. Or right now, for that matter. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Thanks for always coming by, coming back, even after a video as terrible as last night. You guys rock my world. You rock my lame ass, as I like to say. I went to go see a band once. Last story, I promise, and I'll wrap this up. I went to go see a band. Comic Book Superheroes, I believe, was playing the show. Who Lunch Meat Circus played with all the time. And then it was another band. I really thought that the combination of those two bands was really well, and I always hoped it would go somewhere. Why don't we take this thing on tour? We'll have 20 people touring, and it'd be huge, and we could save money, and so I don't know. Never happened. I think they're still around, to be completely honest. That's crazy. Good for them if they're having fun doing it, man. Yeah. And another band got up, and after their first song, people cheered, and they're like, "You guys rock our lame asses," or something like that. And I was like, "That's nice. I'm taking that." So I say that a lot, and that's where I got it from. I can't even remember the name of the club. It was in Bolton or somewhere out western Mass. All right, I'm gonna go because my dogs are eating something alive, I think. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Jason Olivera, and this is The Road to 40.